Can't beat us, join us, please bring your coinage. We sing 3-pointers, money shots, all net, all vets. Bumps we not, jet skiing in them sunny spots. With women edible like gummy drops. Dummy stop, dummy stop. No weapon form can intercept the storm. Once my intellect is on, I'm projecting on magnetic fields and interact with blacks with athletic bills. I'm all about growth and development like residents of Ebbets Fields. Not to choose between woo and chew. We wanna line them colors up like a Rubik's Cube and fade to black, here the truest hue. When you say the black man is God, who you alluded to? The usual, Clarence 13X, a worthy guest. The words expressed come from the word in flesh. Elijah M, the NOI versus Leviathan. Messiah sent from the heavenly branches. 7 P's from since G-Dub cut down the cherry tree in the wilderness of North Mex, and we flossing death and forced aggression, or forced perception, forced protection, or forced confessions. It's all a lesson. The sorcerers from Corsica, killer tonics, sticks and drums like the Philharmonic Orchestra. You niggas still playing harmonicas from officers, fabric softener. Jive turkeys popping 5 perkies, playing with keys, the Scotch stores type. For that soft white, we could've caught life, just being forthright. First class on my 4th flight, popping out like Fortnite. Every night we lit like Porsche lights. The meek shall inherit the earth, oh yeah, the scorched type. And these niggas, they some hoes in these streets. Me, I'm 10 toes in these streets. They lost their souls, niggas got holes in their feet. Shit, I'm just worried about the craft and how to perfect it. Not worried about the craft, yeah, that's out of perspectives. Focus on the chip like I'm Robert Kraft, and then how to protect it. It's the waves of the oceans. Get to the money, nigga, save your emotion. Descended of the slaves in the graves in the oceans. Mastermind that the waves is in motions. These niggas, they addicted to the folly, addicted to that molly. Making me a movie, them sticks made of holly. I'm Dr. Manhattan, sitting on top of Manhattan. When I get all 5 rings, snap my fingers and pop up on satin. Dressed in all black, yeah, drop top the Phantom. Bless. Can't beat us, join us, please bring your coinage. We sing 3-pointers, money shots, all net, all vets. Bumps we not, jet skiing in them sunny spots. With women edible like gummy drops. Dummy stop, dummy stop. No weapon form can intercept the storm. Once my intellect is on, I'm projecting on magnetic fields and interact with blacks with athletic bills. I'm all about growth and development like residents of Ebbets Fields. Not to choose between woo and chew. We wanna line them colors up like a Rubik's Cube and fade to black, here the truest hue. When you say the black man is God, who you alluded to? The usual, Clarence 13X, a worthy guest. The words expressed come from the word in flesh. Elijah M, the NOI versus Leviathan. Messiah sent from the heavenly branches. 7 P's from since G-Dub cut down the cherry tree in the wilderness of North Mex, and we flossing death and forced aggression, or forced perception, forced protection, or forced confessions. It's all a lesson.
The sorcerers from Corsica, killer tonics, sticks and drums like the Philharmonic Orchestra. You niggas still playing harmonicas from officers, fabric softener. Jive turkeys popping 5 perkies, playing with keys, the Scotch stores type. For that soft white, we could've caught life, just being forthright. First class on my 4th flight, popping out like Fortnite. Every night we lit like Porsche lights. The meek shall inherit the earth, oh yeah, the scorched type. And these niggas, they some hoes in these streets. Me, I'm 10 toes in these streets. They lost their souls, niggas got holes in their feet. Shit, I'm just worried about the craft and how to perfect it. Not worried about the craft, yeah, that's out of perspectives. Focus on the chip like I'm Robert Kraft, and then how to protect it. It's the waves of the oceans. Get to the money, nigga, save your emotion. Descendant of the slaves in the graves in the oceans. Mastermind that the waves is in motions. These niggas, they addicted to the folly, addicted to that molly. Making me a movie, them sticks made of holly. I'm Dr. Manhattan, sitting on top of Manhattan. When I get all 5 rings, snap my fingers and pop up on satin. Dressed in all black, yeah, drop top the Phantom. Blessed.
TV.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to another episode of Sacrilegious Sundays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar, reporting live and direct for the War Report. All right, talk black to me. We talking about. What are we talking about? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are back in the building on this beautiful Sunday. Shout out to the family on this sacrilegious Sunday. Let's talk about it. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the War Report. But that song that you just heard that opened up, that's the Theta Waves right there, featuring Blue Pillar and Red Pillar off of that Pillars album. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all heard it first. Y'all heard it first. But low key, I was talking to the team the other day, and we might have to put a mixtape out because there's about 6 or 7 bangers that people are all familiar with. You know what I mean? And they all part of different projects, so I just might put a mixtape out. It's about time for the KTL radio mixtape. We started out with those back in 2010. So it might be time to bring the mixtapes back. We're gonna bring back the More Fire Fridays as well, so we could get some music from people who from around the world who got that heat. I know y'all got some heat out there. You said that Theta Waves is the one. Yeah. That's the one right there. That give me chills every time I hear it. Yeah, I got some bangers. Not gonna lie. Look. You know. The rollout. This is the rollout. We've been rolling. We've been doing the rollout for about 3 years. No lie. But it is what it is. But yeah, let's go ahead and do the roll call. Let's see who's in the building, and then let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is the War Report. As you know, we are in. This is the post February 28th world, the post winning Rome world, the post fire horse apocalypse world. God damn it. Somebody said, Red, where's Scorpion King? I'm trying to do Scorpion King, but stuff like this keeps happening. I'm trying to do Scorpion King, and then we gotta deal with shit like this every other week. Scorpion King is 10 years old. This year, 2026, Scorpion King is 10 years old. So it's like, yeah, I'm asking myself where's Scorpion.
we gotta drop the part 2 10 years later, right? I mean, talk about keeping you waiting and whatnot. Yeah, we definitely gotta drop it on a 10-year mark. Shout out to Nashville, Tennessee in the building. I saw this dope video about Tennessee. Yeah. Just the indigenous history of it. Okay. North Las Vegas in the building. Red, I've been waiting to get a feature for years. I studied LSD Cambada, even though I can't spit like Cam. LOL. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own style. And yes, as long as your style works, there's people that don't rap nothing like Cam. And when I hear them, they ill. Yo, Baby Keem's album is off the chain. I like that. I've been listening to Baby Keem on repeat. Back, it has a replay value. A replay value is very strong on it. He got the documentary to accompany it. Album of the year, as it stands right now for me. Album of the year. Baby Keem. And yeah, Kendrick was walking on that whole album. Bowie, Maryland in the building. Boogie Down Bronx in the building. Greenville, North Carolina in the building. Modesto, California in the building. Portland, Oregon in the building. Tucson, Arizona in the building. DMV is in the building. Louisiana's in the building. South Kakalaka's in the building. Huh? We got Sanford in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Philadelphia is in the building. Last night, yo, we went for 7 hours last night. Hold on. Let me go. Wait, what are we talking about? We went for 7 hours last night. Chalalo. Y'all call me Shabba Ranks. We went for 7 hours, man. Huh? Well, we was on the Peanut Punch. 7 hours. We out here doing Bobby Hemmett numbers. You feel me? And that was part 1 of the Fire Horse Apocalypse. You smell me? But so, look, I didn't there was literally a damn war that started the day of the lecture. that changed things, you know what I mean? That sent me back to the lab at the last moment. Talk about last moment, talk about October surprises. I had my whole lecture put together, and then I woke up, and it was a war had started. So I had a lot. I had a lot to put in. Hartford is in the building. Nicaragua's in the building. Newburgh is in the building. St. Petersburg is in the building. Hawaii's in the building. Jacksonville is in the building. Iowa's in the building. Harlem is in the building. Los Angeles. Huh? I mean, what did y'all do yesterday? Just drop it. Drop it in the chat. What did everybody get into yesterday? Right? What did everybody get into? Yeah, Blue is about to super cook on the 4-4. Blues part 2 is coming up, y'all. Y'all get the opportunity to get into the part 2 of what Blue got coming, because man, all I did was I just set it up, you know what I mean? I just laid the table out so he could come and eat. But the 44 guard is gonna come in there and go crazy. He got all of the numbers on everything that's happening. So y'all just get ready for that part. The replay is available. I'm gonna play clips of it tonight. Y'all be able to get that. I'm gonna throw the QR code up there in a few minutes. And yeah, we could get to it. All right. Yeah, we cooked all February. Yeah, definitely. Fort Worth is in the building. Canada's in the building. Delaware's in the building. Scotland is in the building. Houston is in the building. Detroit, 7 Mile, Dallas, Oregon. Huh? Red, I know you fucking with La Russo. I need we talking about rapping MCs. La Russo is cool. You know? Russell is cool. T.I. got rap song of the year, and Damani got diss track of the year. Yeah, Clifford Harris is cooking right now. Clifford Harris is cooking. Yo, Jill Scott done ran into I guess she binged on high level conversations or something, but she's all the way in her bag. You know what I mean? She sounded like Harlem in 2016. Yo, Jilly from Philly. You on that? You know what I'm talking about? I didn't know you was on that time. You know, the Jill Scott album, she's going all the way in. You know? Oh nah. My dude, what is his name is Buddy Red Buddy, T.I. son. Yeah, he definitely surgically they taking Curtis apart. Look, Neptune and Aries. They're taking Curtis apart. They're taking the bully apart. That is Neptune and Aries. Everything that you seeing right now, 50 Cent, Mr. Untouchable, getting taken apart by the Harris family. King, Damani, and Clifford. Jill is golden. Oh nah, Jill got you feeling like she want to put everybody on her chest and pat our heads. Mm-hmm. Big Titty Music is back. Yo, Jill Scott, she's definite. Her music for any brothers that's out there, put that on in the gym, bro. That is motivational music. She's talking to us. And she's saying the right things. You feel me? She's, you know, I won't say that she's cosplaying conscious. It sounds like she's sincere and whatnot, you know, but she's making love to the divine masculine. But yeah, Big Mama, they said Big Mama's back, right? So Big Mama need a soundtrack, and that's definitely Jill Scott. For the young gods out there, I would definitely tell you tap into Baby Keem Casino. That and watch the documentary. It's a 3-part documentary, right? Watch the documentary and then listen to the album. Genius. PG Lang, Dave Free, Kendrick, those creators, the creatives over there, they put themselves behind that project. And yeah, they hit that one out the park. That's gonna be grand. That's gonna get a lot of awards. Trust me. Trust me. Baby Keem, Kendrick's cousin, his younger cousin. And the storyline is about 3 characters. Is his grandmother, who's no longer with him anymore, but who raised him because his mother was addicted to drugs. His mother's the main character. His mother's a character in the story, and then he's the character. And then it's everything around. But is built around the black family, the black dysfunctional family, moving from Chicago to Vegas and things of that nature. It's a you know how Good Kid, Mad City was a coming of age story for Kendrick. Casino would be the same thing for Baby King. What about Errol Holden? Oh, that new Rock Marciano is crazy. Yeah, that rock is crazy. His flow is crazy. Hit Boy been going hella crazy too. I'm not that aware of that. I'm not that aware of that. You know, you move to Sin City. I feel for the king, Red, and it's yeah. I know people out there that get caught up in the Sin City blues. There's a lot of stories that come out of there. Rising power to my OG Franklin, who brought me and Blue to Vegas. He brought us to Sin City. We got out there and it starts snowing, bro. That was crazy. It was in 2018. He flew us out there to do a conference. It was Kemet in the desert, and we got off the plane in Las Vegas, and it was snowing for real. And we tore it down. We went out there. The brother Jabari was out there too with us. That was a classic. We went out there and tore it down. Shout out to Las Vegas. Where's Ampu at? We need Kambada back. Kambada is working. Kambada's in the kitchen, always cooking. He ain't go nowhere. Ampu, I haven't seen Ampu lately, but I'm sure he's working on his craft. You know, I'm not a lyricist is on repeat. Oh, Baby Keem, I'm not a lyricist. Whew, man. He tapped into multiple flows on that project. He was morphing. He was Skrilla with one flow. He was multiple flows on that. But yeah, that's a good listen right there. And I believe he produces his stuff too. You know? What are y'all listening to? What's the music that y'all are consuming? Everybody has something that they got to be listening to at this. And right now is very important. This is data mining that I need to do right now. What are y'all listening to? I need to know what are people listening to at this very juncture in time right now. That is of utmost importance to me. Wow, Little Dirk. Okay, that's what's up. What happened to Loaded Lux? He's still working, as far as I know. Will we be able to replay? Yeah, the replay. Check your email. We sent out a link for the replay to everybody who had who was in the building last night. Buddy Red is going. You got shot 9 times. We could make it 10. Yeah, Buddy Red is cooking right now. Stevie Wonder, Keys to Life album. Blessings. Yeah. J. Cole. Dope. I listen to Breathless on a daily. Oh, beautiful. Some jazz. The 80s. Man, when I was in a cab going to the airport in the Columbia, and they had the radio station on playing the 80s songs. And I was like, yo, this shit is magical. Like the whole playlist. It's so relatable. You know what I mean? It's universal music. The 80s music, you could be in Russia, you know what I mean? In Siberia, you know what I mean? Like you could be anywhere around the world, and those songs are like a universal language that people can relate to. It's a feeling that those songs have. They're tied to movies, they're tied to a time, they're tied to energy. J. Cole album. No lyrics, jazz and house, respect. Doja Cat, no doubt, respect. The Isley Brothers, ooh, that's soul. Ooh, you 26 tapping into that soul that's activating you, waking your just like giving your DNA Reiki. You know what I'm saying? The equivalent to some Reiki. Because think about it, the average 26-year-old may have never felt the frequency of a Isley Brothers song, let alone the albums or the playlists. Okay, so that'll wake up DNA, that'll wake up all type of stuff. Private Deftones, beautiful. Kirby, 70% old shit. That's right. Baby Chief Do It. He got the flow, Roots reggae. Roots reggae is hitting right now, right? A lot of that Roots, a lot of that Capleton, Luciano, a lot of Bar Marley, a lot of Peter Tosh, a lot of Midnight. The shit hit differently right now. Now when Babylon is burning, now when you listen to that Nas and that Marley album, shit hit differently. There's a lot of music that aged very good. Think about that. There's a lot of music that needs to get revisited because the shit has aged very well with the passing of Power, right? In Wu-Tang. And I have to reiterate, and I have to be very clear, the Power was the power behind Wu-Tang. He died of pancreatic cancer at 52. And he was the power behind Wu-Tang. Even when you watch the Hulu series, they explain Power's role, right? They explain what Power's role. He was not in front of the camera. You only saw him in Belly, right? When he was playing Knowledge God, and he was one of the most believable characters in the movie. And you would think he'd been acting for many, many years and whatnot. But Power, when you just looked at Power, you could feel his power, God body, right? And oh yeah, they got the documentary that came out before the Hulu, Facts, and they were talking about who Power was and also who RZA's brother was. The one, once again, the people behind the camera, right? The ones that you don't always see. That's very important. Those usually are the ones who hold the most power, right? So rise in power to power, because the Wu-Tang as we know it, I don't think that it would have even been without Power. And even in the Hulu series, they showed that he was the one with the street money that got that shit popping and whatnot. He was able to fund the dream along with RZA's brother. Knowledge born, right? Bodied that role in, and he bodied that role in Power. He commanded every scene that he was in. You said Power was younger than all of them. That's crazy, right? When you think about it, he was moving like he was older than all of them. But that was a giant right there. They don't make him like that. Okay, so you got Alchemist. I was just listening to Alchemist with Larry June and Currency on a playlist before I went live. Fire. I gotta tap into that Big Crit, Babyface Ray. Yep. Cambada, Griselda, Jill Scott, and Sade. Heavy rotation. Woo! I hope you making art out of all of that right there, because that's an interesting combo. Larry June, IDK, Travis, Days Before Rodeo. Right, the sound, right? The sound and the energy. Woo! Crazy. The production on that. Feed that to Suno. Start tapping in and cracking that early Travis Scott production sound. You might uncover some old school jazz. Salute. Money Man, okay, Payroll Giovanni, right? Running up them bags, you doing them mantras. Vaughn Benjamin, that's right, Marvin, Yeet and Lil B, legend. JID and Earth Gang, legend. AJ McQueen, legend. All right, Little Dirk in the mix, legend. Drill music and gospel, look at that. The Deftones, I love it. Solange, that old Solange seat, okay. The Alchemist, IDK, Roscosh, J. Cole. Yo, y'all are all look how everybody's similar to, like, the frequency is similar. The frequency is similar. We're gonna watch. We're gonna take all of this data and do something special. I don't want to talk about it. I'd rather show you. But everybody is tapping in, and that's beautiful. Source Guard, okay. All right. We got Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake hit for me. I love the 80s music. That's right. Still looking for that Voltron. That's right. Boldy James and Rome Streets, Manhunt. All right. Bushman, Lizzie and Lava. Yep, that's a dope combo. Alexander O'Neal. What's your thoughts on A.A. Rashid's impact on hip hop and the overall evolution of consciousness? Peace from Taiwan via Oakland. Listening to A.A. and Larry June currently. I feel that A.A.'s impact on hip hop is profound because of his direct impact on West Side Gun, which directly impacted hip hop vicariously through him being the Svengali, or the Yoda behind just him linking with West Side Gun, and whatever they were building on, and however they steered things, and whatever influence each one of them had, to the point where AA is an honorable guest on damn near every single West Side project. If anybody really listens to them, he's usually always on every single project, doing spoken word, right? Publishing. Okay. So, yeah, his impact is profound. And his impact is profound because of Batman Mafia. You know what I'm saying? The musical project that he put out in 2000 and I think it was 13. Dog Star Hip Hop. Ace Hood. Yeah, Ace Hood is fire. Tupac. All right. Tupac is fire. Okay, Tupac, hold your head. Nas is hitting differently when you listen to Nas. Nas Black Girl Lost hit differently now. Sade, the dramatic. Yo, that Sade, man. Whew, the whole album straight through. You know what I'm talking about? Snoop and Death Row. Yes. And his has new music with R&B Spirit. Oh, is that right? I heard he put out a new album. A lot of Isaac Hayes in the 70s. Yeah, that Isaac be hitting. That Isaac sound real special. So yeah, y'all. Sade's been casting a spell. Psst, man. Whatever she did when she created that music, however it was tuned or whatever ritual she did, she locked that shit in because timeless. Frank Sinatra, Ari Lennox, Afro Beats, ASAP Rocky, Payas and Crypto, the Ampiano African joints, Cannonball Elderly, Cool Keith discography, yeah. Voyage to Atlantis, woo, the Isleys. Man, we need a club. We need a playlist or something. You feel me? Red and blue, purple like Prince, CNN, Iraq. Whose world is this? Yeah, we all tapped in. Y'all listening to music that I would listen to. So that's how I know that we on the right frequency. I literally didn't hear no shit that I would not listen to. The God Fahim, Rock Marciano, Marvin Gaye, Nine, Mavi, and Vic Mensa. Larry June. Little Dirk got that put troops on the ground music and not that dropping bombs music. Old school Kanye. Where's Cyrock? Cyrock is, I'm sure she's cooking. She be on tour. She be moving around. You know? I wish it was more new music, but I love what I see. You know? It seems that these artists are definitely making an impact. D'Angelo Black Messiah, right? That Barry, whoo, Angela Wimbush, Bob Marley, Tim's, the Red and Blue Twin album. Ooh, the Red and Blue Twin. Yeah, the Red and Blue disc. That's fire. So yeah, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. We have some things we need to talk about. It's a lot going on. There's going to be, this is the war report. So, and this is Sacrilegious Sundays. I want you to brace yourselves because this is going to be this is not footage that a child, it's not going to be anything graphic, but it's definitely going to be this is going to be a lot of reporting of warfare. Okay. Ayatollah is an actor. They retired him somewhere in Europe chilling for real. Ayatollah CIA. All right. Yo, when it comes to any of this stuff with these so-called world leaders, man, you can't, like, I really want people to consider the possibility of this shit being central casting. where everybody is in on it but us. Where these leaders go into Dumbos and whatnot. They go into under, you know what I mean? They go retire where they got the Starbucks underneath the city and whatnot. Like all central casting. You know? But let's continue. We have some videos. We're gonna go through some videos, and we're gonna drop some, and then we're gonna get a glimpse of last night's lecture, which is available. The replay, 7+ hours of When in Rome, the Fire Horse Apocalypse, right? That we dropped on a day that will go down in history, February the 28th, ladies and gentlemen. Right on time, right on the nose and whatnot. You feel me? That replay is available for the family. But let's get into it, y'all. Right? So just the visuals alone, right? Just the visuals alone are going to have everybody on high alert. Right? Okay. Then they tied it in with a situation over here already in no time. And guess what? The suspect is what? You guessed it. Blacker than blackety black. Right after Black History Month.
About the Austin mass shooter. And now we have a picture. And this is what we're finding.
So, Austin, Texas, the home of the Joe Rogans, the home of, you know, those that would be the techie spot, right? That would be the home of the new techie, like where the Silicon Valley bros and the tech bros went over there, right? So they have my dude from Senegal, right? Senegalese, okay, with the property of Allah hoodie on, walk up in the bar and basically do a mass shooting. The home of the new comedy scene, right? Through Joe Rogan and them, the new Silicon Valley, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Red, do you check your reposted content to make sure it's not AI? Yes, I do. So, yeah, he spun the block, the Allah Akbar, right? So when we talking about the programming that's taking place, right, at a fast pace right now, where they're gonna have people on high alert, okay? And when we don't have nothing to do with Iran and what Trump is doing, but then all of a sudden you wake up and then now you got some shit, you don't got nothing to do with it, but the people who are the spin doctors and the people that always try to drag our people, our energy, and us into some things, right? Even though a Senegalese is not us, right? Or somebody who's, but you know, the way that the spin doctors spin things, you just have to be, you know, you have to pay attention to the spin, right? But yeah, dude went, you know, he went postal on Ramadan. This is Ramadan. Yeah, decoy.
Out per multiple federal law enforcement sources to our own Bill Malhusian, the Austin mass shooter is a 53-year-old naturalized U.S. citizen who was born in Senegal and was living in Pflugerville, Texas. Material recovered from his person and inside the vehicle give possible indications of a nexus to terrorism, as the FBI announced earlier today. And remember what we said he had in his possession and was also wearing. The shooter was wearing clothing that said Allah on it. His sweater said property of Allah. And there's also known to be an undershirt with an Iranian flag and other materials inside. And remember what Representative Michael McCall of Texas just told me last hour. He said,
my early prediction, FIFA will be canceled. That's my early prediction. The FIFA shit is not going down in America this year. On God. On God. This whole shit about to be disrupted.
Harris, in my own backyard, just last night, we had an event that possibly could have been terror inspired right here in Austin, Texas. This is what he was talking.
It's gonna, look.
Oh my God! What is going on? What the fuck is going on? Jesus fucking Christ! What the fuck?
So, the Joe Rogans, the Alex Jones, and all of the cowboys in Texas, right? That is going to, you know, just sit back and pay attention to how it's spun, right? But this whole thing about sleeper cells and this whole kind of, you know, everybody being on high alert, you know, especially in the fire horse year and especially with Aries and Neptunes, I could definitely see something like that taking place. So I'm just pointing that out. You feel me? I'm definitely going to point that out to just pay, pay attention, see if that pops up. But I could definitely see that. But yeah, you know, they're already playing their games. They already coming through with their psyops and their false flags with their activations and whatnot. I think they got niggas on remote control. I think they got remote control buttons on niggas. Joe Buttons. You know what I'm talking about? Because dudes be out there buttoned up, you know, just crashing out. But yeah, let's see what they saying.
Around this supreme leader, and that religious leader of corruption, that border for years was a perfect place. Corruption, that border for years was a perfect place for the Iranian regime to send some of their proxy groups undetected. I don't know if you remember years ago, we almost had an attack in DC where Iranians were sent in to try and kill the Saudi ambassador at the time. There are humans out there that want to hurt us. And right now there is a complete structural shock to the Iranian regime and their way of life. Their internal system is highly centralized around this supreme leader, and that religious leader is gone. I think that was one of the reasons that President Trump initially had maybe held off the Israelis striking Khamenei, because he was such a religious figure. But that's changed now. We've removed that node, and it's created this uncertainty inside the clerical establishment across the proxy networks globally, and we need to just pay attention for more attacks like this.
Brett Velikovich, thank you for your response too on those Americans who've been killed and those who have been badly injured.
See how they spinning shit, right? Do you see how they spinning shit? And at the same time that that's happening on the other side of the world, they're doing this. right? That's over in Iran right now. Okay. And this is going on over the skies too.
Whoa, did you see that? That was fast. That looked.
Ah, look how you run. Listen to that sound. Shaking it. I don't know what. Ah!
Right. And it's even gotten to the point because remember, war does what? This war right here, because it's so big and it's with Iran, is going to involve technology, and technology is going to take quantum leaps as a result of this war. The size of the war, the whole is going to make technology make quantum leaps. That's why they want to open up Anthropic. That's why they want to have full carte blanche, you know what I mean, to basically the engine or rather the algorithm of Anthropic. You know what I mean? That's the whole war that's going on between the Department of War and the company Anthropic over Claude, right? Which is an AI tool that on Friday they deemed the tool a threat to American security, and then on Saturday they used that exact tool to assassinate the supreme leader, right? Somebody who is not an elected official, right? A supreme leader, someone who is seen as a spiritual leader, the highest of the spiritual leader in his quote unquote religion. This is being done by people who literally have emails and videos with little children, and there are 3 million emails that are hidden about this president. And these are the same people. This supreme leader is in the same country where they were burning effigies of Baal about a week ago. And the same people who they burnt that effigy of Baal and Moloch, these same people just assassinated these people in broad daylight. Right? Not the president, not the prime minister, the supreme leader.
President Diem and his brother.
This is nothing new though. Check this out.
In Venezuela, America captured President Maduro. In Libya, Gaddafi was executed after ditching the US dollar. In Iraq, Saddam Hussein was wiped out for his oil reserves. In Vietnam, President Diem and his brother were executed for politics far from home. In Iran, Mohammad Mossadegh was ousted for nationalizing oil. In Guatemala, President Arbenz was removed for imposing taxes on American farms. In Congo, Prime Minister Lumumba was executed for nationalizing uranium. In Cuba, Che Guevara was captured and executed for his socialist policies. In Afghanistan, the US trained locals to fight Russians until locals became the enemies. In Chile, President Salvador was overthrown for nationalizing copper. In Ghana, President Kwame was exiled for cutting off western banks. In Grenada, General Hudson was captured and given a life sentence for aligning with Russia. Is America still the hero, or just the most powerful villain?
Yeah, they were the ones that burnt the Baal effigy. They were the ones who were burning the Baal effigy. And when they were doing that, that made global news. That was a big news story. When Iran was burning the effigy of Baal, and then they were burning the Zionist flag, the Star of David, pardon me, right? That was making global news and whatnot, right? And right after that, they went after that. They went and did what is known as a decapitation strike. Anybody that's in the service and whatnot, and you're in the chat room, can you drop a thumbs up or an emoji if you know anything about the decapitation strikes? So when they go in, right, the decapitation strike is basically what you saw in Iraq, what you know as shock and awe. Remember shock and awe, right? But shock and awe is Shekinah, Okay, shock and awe is really Shekinah. Shock and awe is when they come through and they smash it. And the shock and awe that they committed is when they came in, they hit the girls, they hit an all-girls school immediately, right? So what they do is it with let's just say with the ball, with the people, with the Balenciaga ballers, what they like to do is to set it off. They'll do the sacrifice of the children or women right off the gate. Okay. So everybody that's participating in it, thus from that point, thus far, is a part of their quote unquote sacrifice or their child sacrifice ritual. Right. So Trump got on and was like, yo, we're gonna liberate this for the women of Iran. We're here to give them rights and everything. And then the first place that they smacked was a girls' school. Make it make sense, right? And people are supposed to just say, yo, people are supposed to just look at that as yeah, that's just a casualty of war. That's just a collateral. That's collateral damage, right? You would be crazy to even to let some shit like that just fly, right? So the people of Iran, they not stupid. They not that's not about to get them on America's side or on is it real side, the place that they've been warned about for all of their lives. So they already see what it is versus what it's not, right? And then operate. So their decapitation strike decapitated the head of that quote unquote dragon of that empire, right? They took the supreme leader out. They took the supreme leader out with a missile strike, his whole family. So in terms of the operation, which they called the Americans' operation is called Epic Fury, right? Epic Fury. And once again, the plan of is it real is Epic Fury, because when you study eschatology, when you study end time prophecies, the plan, what you would call the prophecy says that the world has to be against, is it real? They have to become the bad guy in the eyes of the world in order for the Messiah to come back. That is a part of their quote unquote mandate. That is a part of the script. That is a part of their quote unquote contract or their covenant, right? So them knocking down a supreme leader during Ramadan, right, with a missile strike and then hitting an all-girls school, that's going to start. So their fangs are going to only show more at this point. It's not going to scale back. They're already, they're past the point of what you would call PR relations or public relations. They're just playing a very duplistic game right now of, did I do that? And doing a bunch of, just fooling the people who want to be fooled. But everybody else around the world knows what the hell they're looking at. Okay. Asymmetrical warfare is what Iran is about to do. The Ayatollah was alive before the state of Israel was created. And instead of Epic Fury, we got Epstein Fury. Right? So yeah, let's go here. Check this out. Let's go here.
They just started 2 wars to bury the Epstein files. Only Jews know exactly what's happening. Here's the timeline everyone's missing. February 19th, Prince Andrew arrested for Epstein connections. February 24th, Bill Gates apologizes for Epstein ties. February 26th, Hillary testifies. World Economic Forum president resigns. February 27th, Bill Clinton testifies. 7 days of the biggest scandal exposures in history. Then what happens? Same day, Pakistan attacks Afghanistan. Next day, U.S. kills Iran's supreme leader. 2 wars in 2 days. Here's what Jews see. You can't make scandals disappear, but you can bury them under wars. Epstein dominated every headline all week. Now everyone's watching explosions. Nobody's talking about Clinton or Gates anymore. But here's the suspicious part. Same day Iran war starts. OpenAI gets Pentagon contract worth billions. Who owns a portion of OpenAI? Bill Gates, through Microsoft. Gates apologizes Tuesday for Epstein ties. Gets the biggest defense contract in history by Friday. That's how power actually works. 7 people exposed in 7 days. 2 wars started in 2 days. While you watched wars, Gates gets defense contracts, Prince Andrew walks free. Nothing happens to the elite. Most people see separate news stories. Jews see one coordinated operation. They control the media. They control foreign policy. They control who gets exposed and who gets protected. How do you stop people this powerful? You don't. They're too strong. But you can see the pattern and position accordingly. Never believe scandals will take them down. Always watch how they use chaos to get stronger. If you want to learn more about the Jewish wealth and real estate secrets, comment money and I'll send you my full playbook.
Comment scrolls. Yo, check this out. Check this out. We going with, yeah, let's go.
大規模な反撃を開始しました。
最高指導者ハメネイ師の死の報復を果たす。不信号者に死を。
テルアビブでは弾道ミサイルが市内に。ドバイ国際空港も攻撃を受けた模様です。
カタールのドーハで攻撃が発生したとの報告が入っている。
Keep in mind, y'all, that this place that we talking about, this place is a very beautiful place. Like, they're bombing some very ancient, majestic, beautiful, like Persia is kind of dope, you know what I'm saying? So the destruction that they're going to be levying upon these people is going to take out, like they do with everything, is going to take out a lot of their infrastructure and whatnot. I'm sure fucking with, the way that these devils roll, I know that they're hitting all of their sacred stuff. I know they're hitting all of their sacred architecture and, all of their sacred sites and desecrating, you know what I'm saying, things that people deem holy. That's a part of the shock and awe, or the Shekinah. That's a part of their warfare, right? That's how they do it. Okay. Scorched earth. All right. This is how they move. So wars are an excuse to destroy history of the melanated. Exactly. They use the wars as the covers to go in and destroy shit. That's exactly how they do it. And our people are always the monkey in the middle. You know what I mean? We get caught up in all of that BS. But that's how they play that shit. So we just got to be very mindful of that. And to steal antiques. Right. They come in, they swoop in, they swipe antiques. They steal relics and whatnot. They go in, steal stargates, they lock down stargates. You feel me? They do a lot of things. So we just watching them do what they do. Matter of fact, check this out.
It's meant to be new. I was meant to be beautiful. The world would have looked to the sky and seen hope, seen mercy. Instead, they'll look up in horror because of you.
The AI right now, because of this conflict, I could already see that they're gonna have the AI play a big part in this conflict, right? It's going to feature prominently in these conflicts and whatnot. And the AI that we know right now is going to change, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to change fast. And it's going to change as a result of the war, similar to World War II, how things began to drastically change. Technology began to quantum leap in advance because of the rapid pace at which the war was going down. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is something they've been speaking of for eons, you know. This is a part of their eschatology, you know what I mean? This is a big one right here, you know. You just got okay, you got a class on agentic learning. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Master that immediately. You feel me? You want to master that immediately. Let me see if I could pull up a video so we could enlighten the family about what the agentic AI is doing these days, how it's evolving. Let's see. Great, proud people. Okay. First of all, before we even get there, this is your
proud people of Iran. I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass.
Imagine being on the other side of shit like that. You got to listen to this nigga just talk. Like, remember, he's wearing a diaper. Around him smells horrible. Sometimes, you know, he got to stand up on a swollen leg. Like, it's crazy over there. You know what I mean? Dude is deranged right now. They say all of that, and then they went and knocked off their supreme leader. Wow. Okay. So yeah, check this out too. The people are out there creating it. Like I said, this is gonna advance the tech. So people are out. The coders, right? The nerds are outside doing nerdy shit, right? What you're seeing right now is something that a developer created, a regular person using the AI and the tools that are available right now. This is something that Palantir or one of these multi-million-dollar companies would only be able to produce probably a few months ago. But the technology is so advanced right now. It's so upstairs right now that he literally created a 4D reconstruction of Operation Epic Fury using public data and an agent swarm, all right, of agentic AIs to build this out, right? So you could use tools like Claude, Gemini 3.1, you could use the Open AI, Open Codex, but people are literally building out 4D reconstruction interaction, quote unquote, dashboards from stuff like, from public data. Yes. Let me pull up some other things. Let's get a glimpse.
The name Rothschild is deeply meaningful when translated into... In Venezuela, America.
The Jewish writer Moritz Steinschneider invented the term.
The future doesn't belong to the spectators.
All right, let's play a video real quick from Imaginarium just to give us an idea of how we're able to take vision, our imagination, and create vision with it, right? Let's check this out.
The future doesn't belong to the spectators. It belongs to the architects. Join us this Friday, February 27th at 8 p.m. on Zoom for the 4th installment of the Imaginarium Workshop, hosted by Red Pillar, also known as Napoleon Pill. What began as a theory, the fantasy complex industry, has now moved into reality. We are entering a world where we control, distribute, and own the intellectual property of our catalogs, our portfolios, and our wealth. No middlemen, no gatekeepers, no borrowed platforms. This is about sovereignty in the age of AI, ownership in the digital economy, power through imagination. Friday, February 27th, 8 p.m., Zoom. Secure your seat. Step into the Imaginarium.
Blueprints in a planetarium. Imaginarium. Blueprints in a planetarium. Imaginarium. Blueprints in the planetarium. Founders get found in the atrium, we carry them. Builders build brick by brick on the mantle of spin. Best nation, imagination, stamp the atlas in. Gill lights up, code hum like a seraphim. From prompting the prophet, watch the merits win. We craft a myth, then market it, establish it, imagine.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, any idea that you have, any character that you can create, anything that you could come up with, right? Remember, we could think our way out of our situation. We could create our way out of our condition. You know what I'm talking about? We can imagine our future by using the arts and the sciences. So many of us are storytellers. So many of us are walking libraries. So many of us have quote unquote characters that are just waiting to get born or just trying to have a voice and whatnot. With the tools that are available right now, and especially the way that we learn how to teach it, right? We can help bring those characters to life. We could give them a voice. We could give them a name. We could create them in a real world. Let them live. Let them breathe. Let them roam. Okay. And then we are in the age of agentic AI, which is different from the age of the chatbot. We now are in the age and the era where the AI works for you. It's the operator. At first, you were the generator, right? Where you had to put the prompt out and you had to get up and do something in order for the AI to do something. Now we're in the era or the age of the operator, where you'll wake up and the AI did something while you were asleep. It built out a website for you. It built out, it posted your clips, your post and whatnot. It checked some of the email. You know what I mean? It's proactive, right? And then we'll go into the D phase, the destroyer, where the AI will be able to protect you, and the AI will be your autonomous weapon system. It will be able to hover. It will send drones to watch over you. It will be able to destroy things that don't serve you, right? Because destroy is not a bad thing. When you go to the gym, you're destroying all of that flab and that excess weight and whatnot. When you go to the gym, you're destroying the lazy gene. You feel me? Destroying is iteration. This is how things perfect themselves, right? Chat GPT 5.1 turns into 5.2 through what? Through destruction, through iteration, through throwing away what doesn't work and keeping what does work and working with that. So yeah, let's get busy. Let's start working. It is the winter time. Spring is around the corner, which is the new year's time to pop out. By time springtime comes, the Imaginarium, or everybody in the Imaginarium will be equipped to make movies. They will be able to make music videos. They will be able to make quote unquote anything that their mind thinks of. They'll be able to get up and take an idea or a dream that they had and run it through, right? And run it through and make that some type of content, whether it's a commercial, whether it's a music video, whether it is a short film, or whether it's an animation. Yes, and the trees are already budding. It's getting warm out here where I'm at. So it's definitely time to start working. And I'm telling everybody this: if you put 6 months of straight solid work, I'm talking about from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., because entrepreneurs such as myself, we don't work the regular 9 to 5 hours. We work from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and maybe even later than that sometimes, right? There is, so if you lock in for 6 months straight with this, and you make this your number one thing that it don't have to be the only thing, but if you make this your focus, your laser focus, you could win. You're gonna win. You are going to crack the code, but you're not going to do it if you're doing this thing haphazard. Just if you're doing it, if you're winging it and you're just doing it every now and then, that's cool. You'll continue to make those cat pictures and you'll continue to make, cute cards and whatnot. But if you really want to, if you want to bend the spoon, if you want to take this thing and make this and run it up, and the possibilities are endless on how much you could run up, you want to really get in the door before the spaceship takes off, then I suggest that you get busy right now. And I highly suggest that you get down with the Imaginarium workshop. You know what I mean? We're already about 100 deep. You're a part of the SKOOL community. You become a part of our Discord. You become a part of our Telegram. You lock in. You lock in. Everybody that's locked in the Imaginarium, if you in the chat, let me hear from you, please. Let me get a fire emoji. Let me get a fire emoji. If you ever wanted to create comic books, if you ever wanted to create toys, if you ever wanted to create video games, if you ever wanted to create cartoons, if you ever wanted to create short film, then the Imaginarium is the place for you. Sign up, right? Families in the building, and they'll let you know that it's really going down, and this ain't no gimmick. This is not no fly-by-night shit. We are locked in. And we actually have the goal of turning a workshop into a workspace. And what does that look like? A workspace is basically somewhere that we tap into on a daily basis. The technology has advanced to the part we could all work in the cloud right now. We literally could work in the workspace, in the cloud, for hours every single day, working on a collective project like a music video. It could start with a music video, then it could evolve into a short film, and then it could go into a feature film. All right. I've already booked the movie theater for the beginning of the new year to show our film, because I'm that confident that we're going to walk into a movie theater and put a 2-hour premiere on the big screen. I'm cool with the second screen and watching it on a tablet or that TV from Walmart. I'm cool with all of that. But you know, I got people that I put flowers on their bodies and whatnot. These are the dead homies. And we used to break chicken wings down together and talk about being on the big screen. This was when I was Phil Figure. You know what I'm talking about? When I was Filthmore, when I was Twin. You know what I mean? Like, these are the hood dreams that we had when we was sharing blunts to get on the big screen. So by hook or crook, I got to get on the big screen. And now I got the opportunity, whether it's AI or Allen Iverson, I'm going to put myself on that screen. God damn it. Nobody's going to tell me yes, yay or nay. You know what I mean? It could just be me watching it. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Once you put yourself on a big screen, you've crossed a certain line. You're immortalized. You're a storyteller. It don't stop from there. So nah, we not playing. We're not playing. You know, we working. You know what I'm saying? Like we doing what we got to do. Shout out to everybody who believes in themselves, who's tapped into the Imaginarium. You know, yeah, we're gonna make this thing. We're gonna make history. We just getting started. We 30 days in. We just finished our first cycle, ladies and gentlemen. 30 days in. We have 3 cycles that takes it into a 90-day accelerator. But in our first 30-day cycle, you know, I'm very proud of everybody that's a part of the Imaginarium, because everyone has evolved. Their skills have gotten better. You know what I mean? Everybody is learning. Everybody is eager to learn more. You feel me? And everybody is benefiting off of the time that they're taking out of their day to listen to what it is that we have to say. Okay. I'm dropping a link in the chat. Somebody just asked for it. There you have it. The link for the Eventbrite is right there. You got the option. You could sign up for one class, or you could sign up to the 30-day cycle. Okay. You could sign up for one of the classes out of the 4 weeks, or you could sign up to the 4 weeks. And you catch up if you join late. When you join late, you have access to all of the recorded classes, along with the homework assignments, along with the study guides. All of the instruments that everybody got, you get access to that. All you have to do is watch as much as you can, right? And then, you know, just catch up. Okay. You know what I mean? Catch up. You could binge on it. The information is not super heavy to the part where you can't binge on it. You know, you could give it a good binge if you have the time. So sign up right there. I dropped the link for the Eventbrite. Let me see. The back office is acting like it's stuck. I'm trying to scroll up with the QR code. Yeah, but that's the Imaginarium, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all tap in. Even if you're not an artist, your children could benefit from this. Like I'm doing this for the children. I'm doing this for the kids, or what they call the little ones. And I'm doing this all the way up into the 80-year-olds. So you could be from 8 to 80. And Imaginarium is still the place for you. You're gonna be able to learn. You're gonna be able to even earn. You know, if you really get it in, you're gonna be able to earn. So, you know, tap in. Let me see what we have here. Let's go a little history lesson.
The Jewish writer Moritz Steinschneider.
Let's go a little history lesson.
Moritz Steinschneider invented term would be.
because everything that's going on, once again, revolves around a group of people who continuously are inserting themselves in the timeline, and they won't go away, and they're tied into assassinations, war, destruction, children being harmed, right? These people keep being, if it quacks like a duck, my nigga, is it a duck? I'm just trying to go on with my business, but these people keep popping up and sticking their goddamn noses in satanic shit.
The Jewish writer Moritz Steinschneider invented the term anti-Semitic in 1860. The term would be used to silence all those that dare to expose Jewish crimes. Because of the predominantly Jewish character of the regime, the very first piece of legislation approved by the communist regime was the Anti-Semitism Act in 1917. Anti-Semitism was made a capital crime. An anti-communist was regarded as an anti-Semite. Leon Trotsky also started using the word racist to browbeat all dissenters of the communist ideology and to render debate impossible. These words are used still to this day to bully any politically incorrect person into silence. Even more now than ever, they're trying to make it punishable to question or criticize their actions by calling it hate speech, fake news, or anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitism is used as a great blockade. When somebody's called an anti-Semite, it's usually because they've asked some question or made some comment about Jewish behavior in some way, shape, or form. And because Jews don't want to discuss that behavior, they call you an anti-Semite for daring to question that Jews do anything bad ever. That's really why it is used. Anytime you say something about Jews, Zionists, Israel, anything with a tangent to Jews that is in a negative light, you're going to be called an anti-Semite by the Jews, because this is the defense mechanism that they use to cover up their crimes and to prevent analysis of the criminal action that has happened, which so very often leads to a Jewish perpetrator. The Jewish philosophy is, how did Franz Seiler describe it the other day? It is an excuse to commit crimes. That's all it is. You put all your morals aside and you can do anything. That's the Jewish philosophy. And of course the other part of it, for the people who actually are Jewish and following the dictates of the Talmud, believe that they are better than everybody else, and they act accordingly, and we see the horror in the world that is generated by that insanity.
We got one more. Let's go down this rabbit hole, y'all. Let's go down this rabbit hole.
The name Rothschild is deeply meaningful when translated into Hebrew. Perhaps the German Jewish name Rothschild is directly transliterated into Hebrew letter by letter to mimic its sound, rather than translated into Hebrew word by word to convey its hidden meaning, because the correct Hebrew translation of the German word Rothschild is Magen Edom, meaning shield of the Edomites, nation of Edom descended from Esau, Jacob's evil twin. The name Edom is composed of the word Adam, Aleph, Dalet, Mem, plus the serpent letter Vav, which is a pictogram of a snake. The Hebrew word Edom signifies the joining of the holy bloodline of Eve with the satanic seed of the serpent through their son Cain, by adding a snake, a Vav, to the name Adam, to graphically and cryptically portray Judaism's secret doctrine.
Welcome to an epic journey. This is the Epic of Esau. The Epic of Esau is much more than a mere book. It's a challenging new vision.
See how people are using AI to kind of like get their little shit off, right? I'm just showing you examples on how people are using AI to, you know, get their thing off and whatnot. Oh, check this out. Y'all check on these places and make sure this shit ain't get hit by no missiles now. This is in Iran. This is in Persia, right? This is over there in Persia and whatnot. Now you know them damn hillbillies wanna run up and loot this shit right here. Woo, they wanna man, that would be a shame if all of that was being bombed by Israel right now. Right? That would be a shame if those B-52 bombers were destroying all of this historic, all of this epic shit right here, right? All of this marvelous real estate, okay? So when they like the people over there, you know, I don't know. That's just parts of Iran, though.
I was meant to be new.
Just to show you. That I'm sure they won't show us that on the news, right? I'm more than positive. I'm more than positive. Yes, sir. Let's check out something though, real quick.
Some of y'all have been asking, why would they kill a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman? Well, in essence, that...
You already know if I'm going to take it.
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice? You already know if I'm going to take it.
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it.
World War I is from 1492 to 1775, when America was attacked by 7 countries simultaneously. For 283 years, they bombed this place. 7 countries attacked Black America. In 1775, we surrendered and lost the right to vote. They put us in slavery camps. They laid
There's no rational reason why you have a better fucking house than me.
Yes, yes, yes. That's the intro that we had leading up to our When in Rome. Like I said, we have a part 2 for the When in Rome lecture, the epilogue by Blue Pillar on 4/4. All right. So this is the lecture right here.
I hit him with.
Oh no, this is not that.
You know
This is
he
the-
always
matter of
listen.
fact, this is the Imaginarium. Just to give y'all a glimpse of the Imaginarium. This is one of our classes that we had in the Imaginarium. All right. Just to give you an idea of some of the things that we got going on in our workshop. Shout out to my good brother Tariq. All right. He helped everybody.
Steady, are you ready?
Oh no. I don't want to get that. Damn. So he showed us how to take a scene from your favorite movie and basically how to take that and use the AI and put yourself in the scene.
Eyes right here. You know, I went and got it. You know what I'm saying?
So you see how that works? You could take a scene from Belly and you literally could put yourself in that scene in Belly and make it a full scene, right? So we've reached that level of realism and hyperrealism in the AI to whereas now you will literally become the movie director. You're not the artist anymore. You're now the director of the movie, and you're making your own movies by basically making your own frames, duplicating those frames, making multiple frames, making those frames move, and then now you have film.
I'm gonna animate it. I'm trying to get it right. That was
I see you, King. I see you.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, no, that's fire.
Yeah.
Who did that? The Chinese did that? That's China, but that's China flow.
Nah, that was Nana Banana 2 after I did it. After I made a clone of the once it wasn't Nas no more, then I can do it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah, ain't always come out, let me see.
So let me fast forward to that. Matter of fact, check this out.
So my thing is something about what you gotta understand about psychocinematics and these techniques is not what you want to achieve. The shit what you want, that's cool. It ain't about that. It's about who you gotta become to get it. So don't worry about the what all the time. Worry about the who you gotta be. So that who I call that's your best self. You know what I'm saying? Your self-image. So how does that look? How does a day in the life of a successful popping you look? And you script it out, and then you turn that shit into a movie. So I did that, and that's called Cut. And this movie is about me bringing this technology to the world. So I'm gonna show y'all how. This is a mind movie. It's something that y'all. I don't normally show people this because you're showing people. You be selective who you show people. This is some shit that I'm bringing to the world, and I want y'all to see. So boom, check it out. So boom, I start off. One of my things was getting my ass in shape. You know what I'm saying? Everybody start the New Year's off these resolutions and shit. Like number one, you can't be rich if you dead. Dead niggas can't spend no money, right?
Right.
So I need to get up on my shit, right? So how's my day look? So this is my day. Check it out. Yeah. 5:30 in the morning. Thank God, I thank the ancestors. I was able to change my life. 6 a.m. Time to get it out. That don't even eat the bullshit no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you brushing them off.
So y'all get an idea of what it is that we over there at the Imaginarium doing, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, that right there is the workshop that we do every Friday. We do a workshop every Friday. Make sure y'all get up in there and be a part of what it is that we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, you will thank yourself. Bet on yourself. And like I said, if not for you, do it for the youth. Do it for the young one. You know what I mean? If you have young adults in the house, if you got teenagers, if you got little ones, we teach them how to make movies. We teach them how to make we teach them how to make pictures and whatnot. We'll show them all of the steps. It's so easy that a 5-year-old could do it. So yeah, let's tap in. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna hold y'all long. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna hold y'all long. As y'all can see, they are these Babylon is still falling, right? When in Rome, do as the Carthaginians do. You know what I'm talking about? Don't go out like a Roman and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? You are not alone. You know what I mean? Just know that the people around the world who are living for the righteousness and just staying 10 toes down. You know what I mean? Why these people fall apart. So, with that being said, we will be back for Melanin Monday mañana. Look out for Melanin Monday. All of my Patreons, make sure y'all check out the Patreon page. We're going to be putting a lot of the research and a lot of stuff from the Win in Rome series, and the all of that is going to start going on Patreon. We're gonna build Patreon up for the Know the Ledger 444. A lot of the research, a lot of the Substacks and stuff like that is going to go and live on Patreon, because there's not a lot of places where we could put the information, but Patreon is a good place to put that. So yeah, let's make it happen. Yes, sir. Yeah, and also Blue Pill is coming with the remix, so look out for Blue Pill. Let me see if I could pull up. Give me 1 minute. Let me see. Where is the file from last night's lecture? Do I have that downloaded? Give me 1 minute. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna cut a piece of it and I'm gonna just put it on YouTube. I'm gonna put like 30 minutes of last night's lecture on YouTube tonight. I'm gonna just automatically cut it on Opus and throw it up there so y'all can see that. You know what I mean? Courtesy of Know the Ledger, so you can get a taste of what we was doing last night, because that was epic. We caught the energy of everything that was going on in the moment, and we just channeled that, and we made we put 7 hours of some epic work in, and we still got more left in the clip. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get busy. Yeah, y'all get up in Imaginarium. I look forward to seeing a bum rush of the family coming up in Imaginarium. I'm gonna leave in the comment section. I will leave the school invite, the imaginary. Matter of fact, let me do it right here. I could show you better than I could tell you. Let me go and get y'all the invite. Y'all could pull up in school. There's a free tier. Don't feel pressure and whatnot. Come and hang out with us. Learn, just hang out. Come and chill with us. It's like coming on 125 and whatnot. We ain't gonna charge you to pull up. It ain't about tapping your pockets. Pull up in school and whatnot. Pull up to the Imaginarium school. There's tiers and whatnot. Membership has its privileges. You want to come and stand on the sofas in VIP, then you could come and do it. But at the same time, you could still pull up and chill inside the school. You can hang out in the lunchroom and do all of that. School is right there. Go hit that link. The doors will remain open for 72 hours. It's 800 of y'all in here. If y'all about that art life, if y'all about the arts and the sciences and your imagination, then pull up to the Imaginarium, to the school. This is different than the workshop. The workshop is not free, but you could come to the school though. Okay. And if you want to come and sit in class, then you come and do that. You know what I'm saying? That's how we put it together. We also have access to Discord and Telegram, but that's for the paid members. That's the privilege that comes with membership. So yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, peace, love, and light. We want to wish you all a very, very safe and beautiful. Yeah, start your Monday. Start your strong on a good energy, a good note and whatnot. We're gonna leave y'all with Theta Waves featuring the Twin Pillars off that Twin Pillar project, the Theta Waves. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go.
can't beat us, join us, please bring your coinage. We sing 3-pointers, money shots all net, all vets, bums we not, jet skiing in them sunny spots. With women edible like gummy drops, dummy stop, dummy stop. No weapon form can intercept a storm. Once my intellect is on, I'm projecting on magnetic fields and interact with blacks with athletic bills. I'm all about growth and development like residents of Ebbets Fields. Not to choose between woo and chew. We wanna line them colors up like a Rubik's Cube and fade to black, yeah, the truest hue. When you say the black man is God, who you alluded to? The usual Clarence 13X, a worthy guess. The words expressed come from the word in flesh. Elijah M, the NOI versus Leviathan. Messiah sent from the heavenly branches. 7 P's from since G-Dub cut down a cherry tree in the wilderness of North Mex, and we flossing death and forced aggression, or forced perception, forced protection, or forced confessions. It's all a lesson.
The sorcerers from Corsica, killer tonics, sticks and drums like the Philharmonic Orchestra. You niggas still playing harmonicas from officers, fabric softener. Jive turkeys popping 5 perkies, playing with keys, the Scotch Storch type. For that soft white, we could've caught life, just being forthright. First class on my 4th flight, popping out like Fortnite. Every night we lit like Porsche lights. The meek shall inherit the earth, oh yeah, the scorched type. And these niggas, they some hoes in these streets. Me, I'm 10 toes in these streets. They lost their souls, niggas got holes in their feet. Shit, I'm just worried about the craft and how to perfect it. Not worried about the craft, yeah, that's out of perspectives. Focus on the chip like I'm Robert Kraft, and then how to protect it. It's the waves of the oceans. Get to the money, nigga, save your emotion. Descendant of the slaves in the graves in the oceans. Mastermind that the waves is in motions. These niggas, they addicted to the folly, addicted to that molly. Making me a movie, them sticks made of holly. I'm Dr. Manhattan, sitting on top of Manhattan. When I get all 5 rings, snap my fingers and pop up on satin. Dressed in all black, yeah, drop top the Phantom. Bless.
Crumb TV.